Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you've been having a fantastic day. Although, if you just watched the US men's national team play Colombia, you may not have had, well, you might have been having a fantastic day up until that point, but maybe not now. So, man, I almost didn't do this video because I don't want to feel like I'm being very negative, but I can't, it's tough to come away from this one with a lot of positives. That was flat out embarrassing, like just across the board embarrassing. I think made worse by the fact that it was kind of made a big deal before the game that this was the first time in US soccer history where the starting 11 were all players playing in the, one of the top five European leagues. The end result looks the same though, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, okay, when more players are playing overseas, but the results for the US national team are simply not changing. And you'll get, oh, well, it's Colombia, they're really good. This is a friendly. Okay, this is a friendly preparing for Copa America, where they may very likely play Colombia again. These are the teams they need to beat to start getting different results in top tournaments, to actually, get to a quarter, get to a semi in a World Cup. These are the teams they need to beat. And I don't know where you come away from that they can beat a team like this. Now, I can flip it. Here's the positive. I can flip it and say most of Colombia's damage was self-inflicted by the United States. And you can choose to take that as a good thing if you want, because you can say, hey, that's fixable. But it's also when we look at how it happened, you say how it gets kind of depressing to think, oh, this is the starting 11 that's playing in the top five leagues in Europe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how. I mean, right away, initial goal in the 6 minutes, absolutely terrible, basic defensive mistake by Robinson. He knows there's a player out wide to know exactly where. All he has to do is glance out there, check his shoulder to be sure of where that player is. Basic stuff. Doesn't do it. So when that ball is played through, he's worried about that player wide who was nowhere near there, who stayed out wide, and he could have just let the ball roll over the end line, or maybe Turner comes and picks it up. But instead, he throws out his left foot because he's worried about the player that he doesn't know where that player is. So he's thinking that's who's running onto this ball, and puts it right in the path of Colombia. None of the other U.S. players react, and boom, it's 1-0. The second goal, not as devastating as the first or as what came later, but still off a corner, you get two head balls go straight up in the air. You you must clear that ball. If you're going to compete with teams like this, you must clear that. You cannot allow two headers straight up in the air and then a shot happen and it's a goal. The shot itself, great. Okay, I get that. But you can't allow, I mean, the player's completely unmarked, right? Before he decides to shoot the ball, he's standing there completely unmarked, and we're not able to win what, three balls, the initial corner, and then two headers straight up in the air. Not good, guys. Not good at all. And then Matt Ream, he was brain dead on a play. I mean, I could just go through the list. You had guys who are playing passes right to the feet of Colombia. You've got guys who are dribbling right into the Colombian player and losing the ball. Passes that are supposed to be on the ground are bouncing. So, that's one of the things. We made it easy for Colombia to defend because basic passes to players that are not covered, that should be on the ground, are being knocked in the air and bouncing. So we're playing very slowly in our possession game, allowing Colombia to just absorb it and move side to side and keep us from playing anything that's a real problem. Our first touches are big. We're dribbling big. Later touches are big, and it was constant. I mean, the turnovers, man, the turnovers. Who was There was another terrible turnover by Robinson that should have been a goal, and we got lucky. I think that was the one that clanged off the inside of the far post and just went straight across the goal line, but somehow didn't go in. There was another bad touch and turnover by Carter Vickers. That was a great save by Matt Turner. So he saved Vickers there. I think then Carter Vickers had another bad turnover. Oh no, I think there was Richards who had a bad turnover. Carter Vickers had another one that turned into a goal. He's standing around in his own end. And if you caught it on the replay, you could see in his body language and his facial expression, he was frustrated because I guess nobody was moving for him. But just because no one's moving for you, you're still not pressured. That doesn't mean you just put your head down and slam the ball on the ground straight up the middle to nobody, and it comes right back at you, and it's another goal. And then I think was it the third goal? It was a terrible turnover by Cardoso. I mean, it just goes. It went on and on. Goal four, and I think that was goal five was the turnover from Carter Vickers, which was the pass into the middle I was just ranting about. I think, and then goal four, I think was Weah actually one of those ones I'm talking about. He's got space coming out of outer end. He just dribbles forward. He takes a dribble that's too big right into the Colombian player, and they go the other way and score. And the whole game was like that. It was fascinating. I've never seen anything like that. Terrible defense, huge touches, unacceptable turnover after unacceptable turnover that should never happen. Could have easily been 10-1. I mean, that was not a professional team out on the pitch. It was just terrible all the way around. They kind of looked like the bad news bears. And yeah, there were stretches. I mean, we got into 2-1. And by the way, that goal was fantastic. Weah was fantastic on that goal. And overall, I thought he played well. And I was impressed that he did an interview after the game as well. I know he was upset about that turnover, but those are the types of things you can't have happen. You just can't have those happen. Um, I mean, and you look at the stats, and I think we had possession 52-48. We actually completed a higher percentage of passes. But again, this goes with when I'm talking to develop with people about development and the importance and everything that are so focused on possession. I said, but it has to be possession with a purpose. It's great. Yes, it's great to have the ball. You could say, oh, if you have the ball, the other team can't score. Well, if you turn the ball over in the way we've been turning the ball over, the other team could certainly score. And, as far as that passing percentage, there were numerous times when the center mid stood 4 feet in front of the center back and they passed it back and forth 5 or 6 times. Never moved the defense. I mean, it didn't do anything. So, in that respect, it's kind of a dumb stat. I'll take the guy with the lower passing accuracy that can break lines, that can play balls in behind lines and create actual good scoring chances. Possession with a purpose. We play possession of it as if having the ball is all that matters, and we do it in a way that actually helps the other team, puts no pressure on them. They sit back, they wait, they play solid defense, they wait for us to make one of our big touches and one of our bad decisions, and they go the other way and score a goal. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Am I just being too hard on the team because I'm doing this right after the game? Were there more good stuff that you saw that says, hey, we'll see. We've got a shot. Was it just an off day? Is Colombia that good? And again, Colombia is really good, but aren't we at the point where now that's what we have to measure ourselves against? Or does having a starting 11 of players all playing in the top five Euro leagues means we still are okay with accepting the same old results that we've been getting from the national team? Let me know in the comments below. Do hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. It does mean a whole lot to me. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.